Hey. Yo, what up, guys? You new to Mechabellum? Well, guess what? See this guy? See how he has a sledgehammer? I'm gonna give you a choice. We're gonna do a sledgehammer game, guys. And what we're gonna do with it is we're gonna keep this super simple, okay? There are definitely advanced ways that you can play Mechabellum, and you can like counter pick and do all these things. But if you're learning the game and you don't know what's going on, this is my recommended formation, okay? You put your sledgy one behind the tower vertically and 3 away from the tower. Do the same thing on the other side. And the reason why I like this is because it won't go too far. This is like a mid-range play where you protect the tower still, and you're not going to go too far out too fast. You're off of the line from where missiles can really hit you. If, like, you're not like this, for instance, where you're like all just asking for it. You're like that, and then you may also put a nice Fang squad, just like this, right next to them, right on the front of the tower. And now, if they try to missile device your sledgies, they're going to clip the fangs first. They're just going to go sideways into the fangs. And this basically makes you way more immune to missile devices. Just for a start. And then we're going to be doing a sledgy opener overall. So we're going to go ahead and make another sledgy and another fang because we're cost control. Because we get 100 more resources. And we're going to double up on one of these sides. Just like that. And we can put one fang behind on each side as well. Be like one off the tower. That way if we get flanked, these things will turn around and defend it. We'll unlock a crawler and we'll start it. And now let's see what he is. What is he even doing in the first place? He's got stormcallers, hounds, and crawlers, and he is a missile spec. So missile spec is all about AoE, dropping missiles on your face. And our formation is going to be able to be spread out enough to where we're not going to have multiple squads getting nailed non-stop. And now you can kind of see how well this composition does here. Just at round start, like formationally. Right side's doing wonderful. That's where we have 2 sledgies though. Left side, doing okay. I would say that was a good first round. Stormcallers are pretty strong. Don't freak out about Stormcallers. They're not the end of the world. There's a lot of ways you can counter Stormcallers. You don't always have to just get an anti-missile device. A lot of people resort to that. I don't personally love doing that. Extended range arc light. We're not going to take it this game, but it is so tempting. Redeployment, also pretty good. There are honestly a lot of plays you can make with redeployment. Missile strike is pretty good too. It's free. His army is a bit more stacked up than mine is, so missile strike would go pretty hard here. I think just to keep it simple, we'll take missile strike. We'll put it right here, and I will hit the majority of everything right there. If I put it right there, it doesn't shoot right away. It takes about like a second after the round starts for it to go off. But now we have a missile that's going to wipe out a lot of the hounds, stormies, and the crawlers if he does not put a barrier down. I am going to just forego the barrier myself. It's fine. And I have a place where I can put these sledges now. I got vertical sledges, 3 off the tower and 1 down from the tower on the vertical placement on both sides. Now I think I'm just going to reinforce my power in the center, really help deal with these hounds. We're going to be putting a sledgehammer group here, here, and here as well. And we're going to be rocking 8 sledgies overall this game. Just unlock another free unit. It's all good. And let's save our last 100. I'm not really feeling like I want to spend it yet. I want to save for some upgrades. So he didn't protect that. So we wipe out most of the hounds, most of the crawlers, and all of the stormies on the left side. So left side just got blasted. My right side lost a fang squad. And a little bit of sledgies took some damage. Only 1 took some damage. So not too bad. But now, suddenly this round is looking a little different. So like, we didn't need to go crazy on anti-missile devices. Also, these sledgehammers are still unupgraded, and we are going to be upgrading them, which is also going to change the interaction between stormcallers and sledgehammers. Because if there's very unlikely that he's going to be getting a lot of upgrades on these things. At most, he might get 1 or 2. There we go. We killed the damage firepower Stormcaller just now. No, the rest of them are dead. We're chilling. So in this card drop, I would say Wraith is probably standalone the strongest option here that we could take. But because my Wasp is an aerial specialist and also the Wasp has a level advantage over the Wraith, I actually think I'm going to take the Wasp. Another reason why I really like it is because one thing that counters the Wasp really well, if the Wraith can't counter it because we have aerial specialist Wasp, is a Mustang. And a Mustang is something that a Sledgehammer will counter with the build I have on my Sledgehammer. So I'm expecting either Mustangs or a Wraith to come out from him, and I feel like I can counter both with both of my unit types right now. So we'll go ahead and take this. Take the Wasp. We'll put it on the left side. And we're also going to do a big power swing next round. And we're going to keep it simple this round. We're just going to make 3 more Sledgehammers. And now I have all 8 of my Sledgehammers, and we'll put them in formation. And now we have a nice sledgy party going on here. I would say we are a little bit vulnerable now, though, to a missile device here and a missile device here. He doesn't know that yet, though, because I just built these things. So I do probably want to put a Fang squad in front on the sides and maybe also in the middle, and because I'm also kind of vulnerable right there. So maybe 3 Fangs next round in the left, mid, and the right, just to protect ourselves from all kinds of shenanigans. He went Scorpions. He went Scorpions and more Stormcallers. So he's all about that siege life. And he also took Phantom Ray. So our Wasp should be able to win the whole round here, even if we lose the rest of it. So that is nice. Yeah, Wasp are gonna annihilate these Phantom Ray pretty fast. And now there's nothing he has that shoots air. So Wasp, good. That's nice, because now we're not going to take any damage on our health bar. We're chilling. And the Wasp will also level up. And I'll definitely give them a level up, so it just makes them more of a threat. And levels can always be sold. One thing that's really powerful about leveling up units in this game is that you get a full refund for that if you sell it. You only don't get a full refund if you upgrade your units. That doesn't come back to you. All right, additional deployment slot, efficient tech. Both of those are extremely tempting. I haven't even started getting tech yet, so that would let me be able to turn on a lot of my tech. But also, we're probably only going to be teching the Sledgehammers this game. Maybe a little bit of other units. Additional deployment also seems really tempting. Simply so that I could have more chaff on the board to just be out there. Both of these, really, you can't go wrong with either one of these. They're both really strong in their own way. I'm not doing anything with giant units, and I'm not really going to be trying to use missile devices this round, or this game. So I'm not really interested in the side cards. But between all of this, I actually kind of feel like additional deployment will go harder. Because we can do things like this. We can go Fang, Fang, Fang. Crawler. Get a mobile beacon. Level my Wasp. And now we've spent all of our money for the round. We're going to save again. We're going to put our crawlers in the front here. And these things are just going to kind of patrol to the side. Run back. We're going to put a Fang squad like right here. We're going to put a Fang squad like right here. Just protecting ourselves in case of any missile strikes that could come down. And at this point, we could do a forward crawler or a forward Fang, but because we have the crawler there, that's going to absorb the missile anyways if it were to happen. I think I'm actually going to do a longer, further back Fang now. And now I can start putting Fangs in the back. And the reason why we want to put them back there is because they come out super late. So by the time a lot of his hounds and stuff are dead, the Fangs can start walking out afterwards and just cause more of a chaff holdup later on in the round too. And now we also made him make Mustangs. So he went Mustangs. Another little nice byproduct as well, which I'll explain after this round is over, is we dragged his anti-air to the center of the board, where our wasp were kind of protected now. But I'll explain what just happened in a second, and I'll show you next round when we do it again. But the wasps are lasting a lot longer now because of it. They are ultimately going to die. But again, we have no upgrades turned on yet. So again, this game is going to change a lot when upgrades start being activated. So as I was saying, or let me pick my choice first here, and then we'll talk about it. Three Tarantula is decent because he doesn't really have a great flank defense on the right side. And I could actually throw down all three of them here, sell one right now, and then leave two, and then sell one next round, because you can only sell one per round, and then finally the round after that, sell the last one. I actually kind of want to do that. Farseer is also tempting, but we have Wasp, so I think Wasp kind of fills the same role as my Farseer would. But he does have Mustangs now as well. So we'll just do Farseer. We'll keep it super simple. We forced out, we'll do it like this. We forced out Mustang with range now. So now we can actually just sell off the Wasp. We'll just say that. We have a lot more money now. Now these crawlers here, which are beautiful, they're patrolling to the right and we're going down, which is actually, it was making the Mustangs chase to the right because they chased the crawlers, and it left my Wasps more open. Now we're gonna go ahead and make more fangs. We're gonna put them all in the back line. Every single fang goes in the back line. And then finally, we're gonna also give my Sledgies some upgrades. We're gonna give them range, mechanical rage, get temporary range for everybody. Let's drop a missile leg right here and try to kill these Mustangs and Stormies, and then save the rest of our money for the next round. And now my tanks all have range and speed. Our tanks all can basically shoot further and faster, so which is great at killing things that are weak and squishy like Mustangs, like Hounds. Which is basically what's killing my chaff. So that Scorpions can be shooting more of their shots ideally into Fang squads instead of Sledgehammer squads. And also now that I have range, I'm further back and safer too. Alright, Sledgehammer's doing work, pushing through. And now that a lot of these Sledgehammers also have range, they are also going to start getting a lot more XP. Gonna start getting a lot more of that XP-ola. Because they're in the back, they're not dying as fast. And now, look at all these levels we just got. Right now we have 7 out of 8 groups of Sledgehammers all leveled. The only one that did not level was this one in the middle here, and it almost leveled. So we have to straight up spend 700 this round to justify all these Sledgies, which is wonderful. Lightning Storm could be good. A Wasp Swarm, not so good, honestly. We just forced a lot of Mustangs, so he's not really afraid of this. Wasp Swarm isn't really good versus me either, because we have a lot of Fang, and we have a lot of Fang, and we have a couple Fars here, so we're pretty good on that. Because we're really broke, we're just gonna allow this Lightning Storm to happen. We're gonna skip it, because I'm about to spend 700 here on upgrades, like we just said, and that's massively worth it. Another thing we can start doing now, if he really hates these crawlers, is we can stop mobile beaconing all of them, but instead like drop it down below the top ones. So that when we put mobile beacon it now, the top ones still run up in case he puts like a missile device here to try to kill it. And the rest go down. And now behind this, we're just gonna get 3 Fang squads, get a range, get a barrier on our Fangs. And let's really get our Fangs kind of like everywhere now. Kind of focus more on the sides with a couple of them. So Lightning Storm, ideally not going to be hitting everything in the middle. And then we're going to fill out the middle too after this. So we'll start putting our last one here in the mid. Just kind of staggering our Fangs everywhere. Actually, maybe put this one here, to be honest. So that way it walks out a little bit earlier. Protects these tanks instantly from an initial Scorpion Blast. And he also skipped. And there's that missile device we just said, so not all the crawlers died. They spread out a lot from that way we did the mobile beacon there. Alright, he wants to go scorpions with siege. So crawlers are now going to be even better. So let's go ahead and add some more of those to protect our front line. And we have a nice little concave here of sledgies everywhere. They're really getting the job done right now still, even though he has siege. And now a lot of the scorpions are dead, so the only thing really killing my fangs with barrier relatively well here are the storm colors. Everything is shooting so slow though, and then it doesn't matter how hard it hits, it still has to shoot extremely slowly at my fangs. So that is really nice. We're working him down. Left side's breaking faster than right side, but right side is ultimately breaking. And we're killing all of his barriers because he prepared for a lightning storm. So that right there is such a trade victory for us because we won the round without investing into Wizard-Bellum defense. And he lost the round and all of his barriers while making them, which is 300 resources right there, to prepare for the drop down, which is 350. I skipped all of that, and all my investment went into persisting effects, whereas his went into like single round stuff. Like the lightning storm, the barrier, they're not in the next round now, they're all gone, so that's wasted investment now for this round now. But mine was all into barrier fang and into sledgy upgrades. So that persists, and now it continues, and now this round's going to be even stronger. And now we have another lightning storm. But this time I actually am kind of rich. I only have to spend 300 on upgrades. I could actually get a lightning storm. I could upgrade all my sledges for 650. I'd still be looking at 850 left over. And we could do quad barrier ourselves if I really wanted to protect myself and my investment. And then I could just make crawlers to finish it out. All of that would add up to about what I have right now, which I think we're gonna do. I think we're actually not gonna make a fourth crawler though. We're not gonna make a fourth crawler. And instead what we're gonna do is we're just gonna get these crawlers out slightly forward so they bait the shots of the storms on this side specifically, and also the scorpions, and they protect our sledgies and our fangs. Let's go ahead and patrol these crawlers. And then we'll put a backline crawler like super deep backside. That'll just come out late. Yeah, like that. Now we're gonna get quad barrier. Four nice shiny barriers that my sledgehammer is gonna all sit under. Not get electrocuted. Let's get range for everybody. And let's also put a nice lightning storm on him again this round. And we'll do it right kind of in the center. Really just hit that center hard. Kill as much of the Mustangs as we can. Which is what's killing my chaff. Okay, so he skipped lightning storm again. And he bought defense. We did not skip. We took it this time. And we did a lot of damage. We already killed one of the barriers. We killed a lot of his chaff clear in the middle. So now we have a bunch of slow fangs. Like, once his Mustangs are dead, because our sledgehammers have good range, and they can have a good mid-range exchange, where we can kill all of his chaff clear, it's insane now that fangs are now walking forward because they're backline, and there's no Mustangs left to kill them. So now, when whatever sledgehammer gets shot at dies, the next target is now going to be the fangs for, like, these scorpions. And they're never going to get through them, because there's just so many of them walking out super late. Which is one of the biggest powerful things you can do with fangs. And now all of our barriers persist as well, so we have protection every round from things like EMP, missile strikes, whatever. Nuke could go really hard. Honestly, you know what? Here's something we could do. We could level up all of our sledges. We could get armor-piercing bullets, that's 1,000. I could buy the nuke for 350. That leaves us at 400 resources left. I could drop 3 more squads of Fang and a range device. And then the armor-piercing bullets on these sledgies allows us to really break. Now the armor-piercing bullets on the sledgies really allows us to break a barrier if he has one. So let's go ahead and drop wherever my biggest sledgehammers are, which is over here on the left side. Let's drop a big fat nuke over here. And let's just make sure we really blow up a tower like instantly, basically. Let's go and patrol our crawlers. And let's put our fangs in the back. Just spread them out again. Get a couple more on this side to fill it out. Or no, I want it here. I don't have a crawler on this side. It doesn't matter. I got more fangs. Do this. Do that. Just have it a little bit more staggered. Okay, and then finally, let's use a missile strike. Let's do a missile strike, like maybe on the backline Mustangs, like right here, and maybe we can hit those Mustangs and those crawlers a bit. So we're both nuking each other. Looks like left side is gonna get blasted. His left side didn't get blasted nearly as much as mine did. So that was a better nuke for him. But our right side is still going strong. Yeah, our left side Sledgies got all nuked out, so now we don't actually have proper clear for these Mustangs anymore. So this is a long, slow death here of this round. But that was a good round for him. And our Sledgehammers are actually killing a lot of stuff, surprisingly. Despite, you know, the round being so awful. And we're getting paralyzed and stuff. Alright, perfect. I think this is a good time to take the Phoenix. That way we can deal with these armored up Wraith, and especially if he makes more of them. So let's go ahead and take the Phoenix. And let's just straight up automatically upgrade range on these things so that we don't get in range of the Mustangs. So we stay safe, protected. Once again, patrol this crawler. Now that air is not really a factor again because of the Wraith. Or of the Phoenix, sorry. This time, let's actually get scanning radar on my Farseer. Let's get a range mod. And let's get another round of a lot of fangs. And we'll do one more crawler on the right side too. Alright. So we got fangs kind of littered everywhere. We'll put a crawler pack on the right side to try to just like bait out more, again, a second round of crawlers that'll run out and bait out the scorpion shots, protect us. Because our Sledgies last round, I noticed we were getting kind of like clipped a couple times by that scorpion with a couple shots with these fangs like walking so close to my Sledgehammers, like walking through them. So now we're gonna get another thing to stagger the shot again of the scorpion. Take like a second to shoot at these crawlers that come from the back because they're so fast. And by them being dead after that, then these fangs should be in front and not actually screwing me over. Next time, get a couple barriers from my left side. Just be safe. Now he's going for fire and oil on a Vulcan. So that's huge. It's definitely going to kill everything on the right side pretty hard. Vulcan's dead, but everything's walking out and, you know, fire is scary. Definitely deals with shielded fangs really well. But these ranged up Scorpion, or they ranged up Phoenix up in the air are really nice too. Definitely helping. They're in the back so far that the Mustangs can't really reach them. Sledgehammers kill them. And this is gonna, now at this point the game is over because each one of these Phoenix has 100 damage and he has no more anti-air. So now the game just kind of turned into a situation of like, will he have enough anti-air or will he not? Even though he had fire. And all the Mustangs died in the trade. Which is one reason why I'm not the biggest Mustang fan myself. I love Mustangs, but at the same time, I don't love them for all the situations. There's definitely some weaknesses that they have versus air. And like this is one of them, where like they just can't reach the Phoenix. Like these things have 150 range, my Phoenix have 175 right now. So they're trying their best to reach And if they had aerial, they would have 180 range, and I have 175. But even then, 5 range is very minor in terms of who has an advantage over who. But then I also have sledgehammers that have the same range as Mustangs, and my sledgehammer is one-shot Mustangs every time they shoot at them. So these Mustangs are going to be getting picked apart as well by the sledgies. So, and they also might even latch onto the sledgehammers too, because the sledgehammers are closer. Sledgehammers are closer range than Phoenix are. So if my Phoenix are currently deeper in the back because we're shooting at crawlers or something like that, and then his Mustang just gets caught on the sledgy, that also could result in Mustangs just shooting at a sledgehammer until they're dead. So that was overall pretty nice. That's a nice classic formation of filling out crawler fang around sledgy and then unit drops. And as long as we have something for anti-air, Wasp, Phoenix, Farseer, whatever. Even fang is good versus Wasp, opponent's Wasp. As long as we have something for air to deal with it, we're Gucci. We're great. And that's it. There's a nice sledgy game for you guys.